Hello and welcome to the bokoup functional video demo overview. This is an application that allows merchants to create promotions in the form of non-fungible tokens that customers can redeem at Clover point of sale devices. Merchants use a web application to create promotions. Customers use a mobile wallet to scan QR codes and receive promotions. And then they present their wallet address using the customer-facing device to determine eligible promotions at point of sale and approve their application. In order to complete the setup, we have to, as a merchant, install a mobile wallet, which we'll use to approve transactions on the website. Then we have to actually install the application on the Clover device. Then we create a merchant account in the web application, and then we'll go through and create a promotional token, which will then be available for customers to receive. Customers, to complete their setup, will need to also have a wallet application. We're just going to create another address in the same wallet application that the merchant's using. And then we'll use that to scan a QR code to get a promotional token in our wallet. And then we'll go through the flow at point of sale to see how a token is determined to be eligible and applied as a discount to an order. Okay, so for our first step, we are going to install the Solflare mobile wallet. Here's what the Solflare wallet looks like on the mobile or in the Play Store. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. I already have a wallet going here that I've been using for demos, but you should be prompted for a new account. You can just create any blank account. It doesn't have to have anything in it. Just make sure that your network is on DevNet. There are a choice of networks here, and you want to make sure that you're on DevNet. So we're going to go ahead and say proceed. And then if you wanted to create a new address, for whatever reason you're doing this multiple times, you can go in here and then hit this edit button at the top and then hit plus, and that'll prompt you to generate a new account. It'll list the available accounts. You can pick any of the ones that are available and then just hit save. And then let's just select that. I think that one's in as account 2. And then we hit done. And then we're on account 1 here. If I'm on account 1, we can see that there's 0 balance in there. And that's all we need to complete the setup of installing the Solflare mobile wallet, step 1 in the merchant setup. Okay, and for our next step, we're going to install the bokoup application on the Clover device. And once that's installed from the app marketplace, you'll see this icon here. We just have one small setup step to take to make sure that everything is set up correctly. If we just open this up, this will open to a settings screen here. And this is all as it should be. We have here the mnemonic, which is a secret passphrase. You can press the eye icon to see what it is. The owner address, which is just the public key address of the private key pair that's been generated on the device. We get the device serial, and then we see device address, and it says on-chain device not found, which is what we want because we haven't actually created the device on the chain yet, which we'll do through the web application. Device status should be inactive, and then the location address also should be on-chain device not found. So one thing that you can do, or that we'll need to do in order to be able to create our device in the web application, in our next step, is we'll need to copy this device serial address and this owner address to be able to add those to our list of devices that we create on the web application. I've created some share buttons here that allow you to scan a QR code to copy that device off to your mobile device to make it easier to put onto the web application. You can do that separately for the address and separately for the device serial. Okay, now we're on to our third step, which is to actually create the bokoup merchant account, and we'll do that in the web application. escape out of that, and we'll go over to our web application. This is what our web application looks like. And the first thing that we need to do is actually log in, just as a way around here, quick navigation. This is just a simple site that features promotions that consumers can get by scanning QR codes with their wallets. There's also a list of the promos up here. We have a list of a couple merchants in here. We're going to be creating a new merchant. And that is pretty much it for right now. If we click onto the merchant, we see the merchant's locations, and these have all been created by hand in the web application. In order to get logged in as a merchant, we need to hit log in. So in order to do that, we just hit the button here, and then we end up with a QR code, and we'll be using our wallet to log in. Okay, so here's our wallet address, and our next step is going to be to go ahead and actually scan that QR code with the wallet in order to log in. So in order to do that, I hit this button in the upper right-hand corner, and then I just put that in front of the QR code. It brings up a transaction here, tells us what it's going to do, and I hit allow. And then it says it wants to sign a transaction, approve to sign into bokoup, slide across the bottom, and then that will have logged us in. So now I can see that I'm actually logged in as indicated by this device here. If I had already created a merchant account, I would have a link here to be able to go to my merchant account. But if I now go here, I see that I have an opportunity to create a merchant account because this button is activated. And so in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Is just a simple set of merchant information. I'm going to upload an image here. Let's just upload another coffee shop, let's say here. Yeah, like another coffee shop here. We'll call this Better Coffee Shop, since I already have one in there. And then we'll just direct this out to our website here. And this will be a really great place to get fresh, hot coffee. Merchants can put whatever they want in here. If I was a merchant and I wanted to put some sort of memo in here, I could put a memo in here, either just text, or I could put JSON in that would then be parsed and available for query on a parsed JSON basis. I'm just going to put in here a quick memo that says created first merchant account. And we do want this to be active. And then I just hit submit. And then it presents us with another QR code in order to approve the transaction. In order to approve that, we just do the same thing with our phone. I won't scan over to it. I'm just going to go ahead and hit that, scan that QR code again, brings up another transaction, and then I go ahead and swipe to confirm. And once it's gone through here, it'll actually query for that transaction and pull it up here. If the image hasn't uploaded, there's a lot that went on behind the scenes there. Metadata got uploaded to permanent storage along with the image, and an actual account was created on the blockchain. And then the transaction was signed by the phone and then parsed into the database and served back into the website here. But if we refresh this a couple times, we should see that sure enough, we get our coffee shop logo. And that's it. We've now created our first merchant. And if I go back to here, we don't have any other promos here. So we're only seeing promos from the first two shops that we have in. But if I go here to merchants, I now see that we now have a Better Coffee Shop. Okay, so now we're still sort of setting up our merchant account. We have to do create a few more pieces of infrastructure in order to be able to actually create a promo. So let's go ahead and finish doing that. Let's escape out of this and then go back over here. We're still logged in. I'll go to my merchant account. So the way that the setup works is you have locations which are associated with a merchant. Then you've got devices, which would be like the Clover device that are associated with a location. And then we create a campaign, which is a collection of locations. And then that way, any device that's included in any location that's in a campaign can be authorized or has permissions to be able to redeem a promo at the point of sale. Each promo has to designate a single campaign that it's associated with. So let's just go through here. I won't switch over to the phone to show the scanning of the QR code each time. I'll just scan that, and you'll notice that the website picks up the transaction that hit the blockchain and got parsed into the database to be able to know that the transaction's completed. So we'll just go through here and just do that sort of quickly. So let's upload, create another location here. Here's another one. Let's call this we'll call this our Midtown location, and we'll just put this in at 789 Broadway. And then we'll say this is our flagship location. And the intent here is that merchants can use this space or use this data to be able to have information that either gets displayed here as a sort of a public service or is available to be queried from the blockchain or from the Boku APIs to be displayed wherever they want it displayed for their application purposes. And then we'll just put another memo in here, created, what do we say this was? This was our, I got a spelling error there, we'll call that Broadway. Created Midtown location. We're going to keep that active. Go ahead and hit submit. We'll go back to our wallet here, and I'm in here, and I'm going to scan that. And we'll go ahead and scan. Okay, I've just scanned it, so it should be approving here momentarily. Okay, great. So now that's approved. Now we've got a location created. You can see now that we have a location created, it knows that we can now create a device and we can create a campaign. So let's go ahead and create our device. This is the piece that's important, and we need those two pieces of information, the owner address and the device serial number, in order to be able to create our device. So let's go ahead and create that. We're going to create that in our only location that we have, our Midtown location. I'm going to call this the Clover. Well, I guess really if this were real world, this store might have multiple devices. So we'll say this is like, register or front counter device owner. This is where we need to put the address in from the device. I've copied that off using the QR code, and we'll just grab that from my messages. I've messaged that to myself. Here it is. We'll put that in here. Device name. I'm sorry, that's a mistake. The device name actually needs to be the serial number of the Clover device. So here is the serial number of the Clover device, and then this is where we put the front description, any description that we want, free form. So this is the front counter device number 1. And then here we'll create this, just anything, it could be reference number or something like that. We'll put in created test device. Go ahead and hit submit. And same thing, we'll scan another. Also, you'll notice that we're not actually being charged any transaction fees in order to create these transactions. The platform, the Boku application behind the scenes is paying for all of the gas fees so that merchants can use this completely and customers can use this completely without fees for using the application for the time being. I'm going to go ahead and approve that, and we'll wait. Okay, great. Now we've got our device created. For quick example, if for whatever reason you needed to regenerate the key on the device, you can regenerate that. And this is an edit button that will allow you to come in and update the device owner. You can change the description if you want to. Notice in this mode, you're not able to actually update either the location or the device name because those need to stay the same since they've already been created on the blockchain. The last step before creating a promo is to create a campaign. We'll just create a campaign here. This will be like the Clover campaign. And this will be the test campaign for functional, functional application video. We're going to include here we could toggle in and out whatever locations we had. We're going to keep our Midtown location in, and then same thing. We'll put in a memo here that says created. You could leave this blank also. I'm just putting it in for completeness sake. So this is created test campaign. We're going to leave that active. Go ahead and press submit. That pops up. Go ahead and scan and approve. Okay, so now you can see that we've actually got our button here to be able to create a promo. So I'm going to go ahead and just create a promo here. We'll put up a device. I'm going to create another, let's create another 10% off coupon here. So this one will be named Clover 10 off. And we can make up any symbol we want here. So we'll do CTO. Collection name will be the Clover collection. The family will be percent off. And this will be buy $10 and get 10% off. $10 or more and get 10% off. Let's say that we here as a way to know what exposure there is or how much discount may be given out here, we can put a maximum issuable on here. We'll say 100. And let's say that we can only ever actually redeem 25 of these. Real world, those numbers hopefully are bigger, but we'll just use those for now. And then here we'll put in another memo. This is our Clover test. This is our Clover test merchant promo 1. This is the kind of promo that we want. We have 2 types in here. We're just going to go with the buy X currency, get Y % free. Required purchase amount. This is in cents, consistent with the Clover API. So 1,000 represents $10, and then also 10 would be the % discount. I'm going to go ahead and hit submit here. Same flow. Creates a QR code. Scan that with the wallet and approve to sign the transaction. Again, gets created with no fees or anything. And then now we've in fact got our promo up here. The one other thing, and we can see now that if we go to promos, we do have a promo up here. Now, one thing you'll notice is that we're not able to actually scan a QR code at this point. And that is because the system is set up to require a signature from a device in order to issue a token. You'll notice that on these other tokens here, or actually on the other, well, you can't actually see it on the other merchant because I'm not signed in as another merchant. But what you'll see is that I've added a special device that includes a key on the server that serves the transactions that will sign the transactions on behalf of the merchant if the merchant elects to make the tokens essentially freely issuable. So that is a real world case where if they wanted to be on the website and have consumers be able to go and scan tokens and get them into their wallets without having any additional approvals, they would add this special device, and then they would be able to do that. If they wanted to make sure that they only issued devices or issued tokens from devices with their keys on them, then they would not add that. And they would just make sure that they had added their devices to be able to issue the promos. So just to illustrate that, I'm going to sign out as our account one, and I'm going to change over to another merchant account here. So now I've switched over to the other account in my mobile wallet, and I'm now going to log in as that merchant. So here I'm going to go and log in as that merchant. And now I can see I can go directly to my merchant. That was the coffee place merchant. You'll notice also that if I go in here and I were to try to go to the other merchant, I don't see any of the other sort of sundry detail. I just have my locations and my promos visible. Let's go back to here. And you'll see here that this platform device is the device that we need to create for our merchant in order to have our merchant promos associated with that campaign be freely issuable on the website. So really the only thing we need from here is this address, and then we'll go back over and create another device that will then indicate that the platform has been designated as being able to sign to issue promos on behalf of this merchant, and we'll be able to scan and get a token into our wallet. Okay, so now I'm going to log back in as our merchant. So I'm scanning the QR code here with the wallet. Scan there. And now we're back in, and I can go to my merchant, and I just need to add another device here. So I'm going to go ahead, same thing, device name, this can be anything. I was just using a convention of platform. Device owner is going to be this one, and this is going to be the platform signer device to be able to issue tokens from web application. We'll go without a memo on this one. Go ahead and hit submit. Same thing. We're going to scan our transaction with our phone again, allow, approve. Okay, now sure enough, we have created that device, and you'll see already that now we can go ahead and click this, logged in or not, and we would be able to scan a token and get one into our wallet. So that completes the full setup of the merchant account all the way through to creating a promo. Okay, so now we're on to our customer side of things. And our first step on our customer setup is to create a blank address in the Solflare mobile wallet. We could use the merchant address and it would work just the same, but just to keep things separate, we'll go ahead and create a separate address for the customer. Okay, so here, this was our account one, was our merchant setup. So I'm just going to go and hit that address button, and then I'm going to switch over to account two. And we should see in here that we have nothing. If I look in my tokens, I don't have anything in there. Then I'm going to go back over to the website. I'm going to find the token that we created, the promo that we created, is this Better Coffee Shop one. And I'm going to hit this button here, which is going to bring up a QR code, which we will then scan with the phone. Okay, so now I'm over in account 2 on the phone, and I'm going to hit that button in the top right corner. And here I'm going to scan the QR code. Now I'm going to allow and approve. And then that has incremented the tokens count by 1, which is visible on the website. And then if I look on my phone here and I see, sure enough, now I've got an actual token, that same Clover 10 off token in my wallet here. I can look in here and I can see what it is. Okay, great. It's a buy X currency, get Y% free. And I have to buy 1,000 units of currency, 1,000 cents, and I'm going to get 10 cents off. So the next step with this will be to actually now present this on the Clover device. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go in like we're going to go shopping. Actually, let's go ahead and refresh this. We should see that it has picked up that we, sorry about the quality on that. There we go. It's picked up that we do in fact have one device that's redeemable on this, or one token that's redeemable, one promo that's redeemable on this device. If I go over here and I look at the settings, see sure enough that I've got the device status as active and that it's picking up the device address, and that makes sense since that's what we've created. This is really just not necessary on normal operations. This is just checking to make sure everything's set up right. And if anybody ever had any questions about what promos can be redeemed on this device, you can go to this promos screen here. But other than that, let's just go do some normal shopping. So we'll go to the register and we've got to buy $10 worth of stuff. So I'm just going to do a custom item and we'll put that in for $11 and we'll add that item. And then, oh, this isn't entirely visible. There we go. We can see here on our customer facing device, it's saying that we have that item. And then I'm going to hit pay here. And we see that we have this modify order button here. So we hit bokoup, and then that opens up the scanner on the customer facing device. In order to scan my address in, I just have to hit this receive button, which brings up a QR code. Scan that in, and then it's bringing up the token that I have in my wallet, and it's asking me, do I want to use that token to apply to this transaction? I'm going to hit that and say yes. And then same flow here. I just hit this button in the upper right-hand corner. I scan that QR code to approve that transaction. And then we see that sure enough, it has now applied a 10% discount to my order. It says Clover 10 off. And then I would just complete this transaction as however else I was going to pay for it. In this case, I'll just run it through as a standard credit card transaction. Oh, that was upside down. So let's run that again. We'll do credit. Sign here, done. We'll verify that. No receipt. And that's gone through now and has now actually removed that token from the wallet. It takes a little bit to update on the wallet here, but we see here that it says Clover 10 off. I don't know how often they update this, but it'll go away. There it is. Now it's gone. So it's gone through and entered a transaction on the blockchain to no longer make that token be available, and the customer got the discount. One thing that's cool is that the way that this works, if we go to the reporting function in here, we can see, and I had some other tests in here, but this is just the standard discount reporting that happens inside of the Clover point of sale system, We can see here that if I run the report for today, Clover 10 off, that corresponds to the discount, or that corresponds to the name of the promo, and it shows that we had 1 applied and $1.10. This information also obviously is available on the Clover web app. So that's it. That's the complete demo.